I'm Khari Sampson, and how did I get involved with Terminus? I seem to remember involving a fight at the end of the night. But seriously, Tony invited me. I was a customer at his shop, and once he found out that I had some interest in art and comics and writing, it's like, well, you should come and join our writers group. So I did. Kind of liked what I saw, most of it anyway, and decided to hang around and help out with the book and books afterwards.
I'm Paul Carter. I first got started with Terminus Media. Before it was Terminus Media, actually, it was just a writer and artist club that got together on the weekends and did critiques of each other's work. It wasn't until later that Mark and Tony and I do believe John, they managed to turn it into something much bigger and brought in a lot of talented people.
I've done several things for Terminus. Worked with Josh Teal on his story One Choice. I did the art and lettering for that one. Did some graphic design for Evolution book. Did I do some for book 1? I know I did some for book 2. And I've done some writing on another story which has yet to see publication just yet.
My story, Forgotten Kings, was the first comic book style story that I've ever published, based roughly on paleontology. It was basically sort of a tale of two animals who, in their natural situation, were opposed to each other, but later joined forces against a common foe. The story was originally written without a script, with the idea of just telling the story through imagery and no words, but that didn't seem to work too well, so with John McGuire's help, we managed to quickly put together a script to go with the artwork. Major influences.
Artistically, early on it was Matt Wagner. He was totally my hero. And an artist in the latter part of the Marvel Star Wars comic run, and I still can't remember her name, even though this is the second take. Somebody out there knows, who was drawing Star Wars right about the end of the run back in the mid-'80s, but I can't remember. Anyway, loved her style, aped it for ages. Mark Silvestri, I liked his stuff back in the day too. Very much of a in my formative years. Writing-wise, right now who I like a lot is Matt Fraction. I like his style of how he crafts the average comic story. Of course, the other big names, Alan Moore, not Neil Gaiman so much, no. Definitely Alan Moore, though. Like his style. Like to be somewhere between those two worlds, between the mainstream and the avant-garde.
I was drawing long before I actually discovered comics, but I'd say early on, probably Wendy Pini from the old ElfQuest series, and then I gradually moved on, and I really loved Hayao Miyazaki's work, both in film and in written form. Writing-wise, I have to go with Michael Straczynski. I love everything he does.
Pretty good.
There aren't too many others that really come off the top of my head. Maybe Robert DeGatto, who did a prehistoric series for Dark Horse. He's always told really nice stories, and his artwork is gorgeous.
Up-and-coming talent? I am the up-and-coming talent. But seriously, I just have to echo what has been said before. Just do it. And this is me talking to me. Just get down to actually putting stuff on paper, writing stuff out. I remember some advice that Brian Stelfreeze, one of our mentors, gave us, to just do, if you're a writer, write a script. Just try to write a script a week, a month, however quickly you can do one. The more you can do that, the better your craft gets, the better your speed gets. And that way, when it comes time for you to really put up or shut up in the real field, you've already gotten your 50 bad scripts out of the way to get that one good one. and eventually the output, your output of good to bad ratio will be where it needs to be, where most everything you're doing is good and not crap.
I mean, a lot of the guys that were on before already gave some pretty good stuff, but I'd have to say that they shouldn't give up. You know, they should take critiques and see if they can improve in the areas that are pointed out to them, and just continue to pursue it. If they're really serious and they're really, you know, dedicated to doing it, they can make it.